cutting through the noise. If you're a Black woman entrepreneur nearing your 5th year of business, you're part of the 3% who make it that far. That means you're already winning, even if it doesn't feel like it. I'm Linette Cottrell, and this is the Empower Her Business Podcast, previously known as the Women of Color in Business Podcast. I know what you're carrying because I've seen brilliant Black women founders quietly wrestling with fear, money shame, and the pressure to get it all right. Well, here we dig into what's stopping us at the root, the mindset, the funding walls, the biases, and self-doubt. We bring you stories, systems, and strategies you won't hear anywhere else. If you're ready to drop the shame and build like a CEO, you're in the right place for the right support. Let's jump into another great episode. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome again to the Women of Color in Business Podcast, where we help women grow their business, listen in on candid conversations about business journeys so they know they're not alone. Today, as always, we have another beautiful Black woman with us who's going to share her journey with us. And now we will start with giving her the opportunity to introduce herself and her business.
Well, thank you, Linette, and thank you for allowing me to be on your podcast. My name is Arba Cooper, and I am the digital technologist.
Okay. So what is the digital technologist, Arba?
Well, it has, the name came about actually the last year or so from working with a coach, because I've been in technology all my life. And when I say that, I mean since middle school. I've always loved technology, and to the point to get awarded a full scholarship to Howard University.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. And so, but during that journey from Howard, I worked for Hewlett Packard for 12 years. And while I was working for them was when I started developing my training skills, marketing, all of that. There wasn't any project that they could throw at me that I couldn't do because I was like so hungry at that time. And so my hairstylist, this was back in the 90s, the late 80s, early 90s. This was before Vistaprint and Canva. And my hairstylist wanted some unique marketing. The business cards back then, what was unique was raised text. That was about as unique as they got. So I did some business cards for her, and she loved them. And then other hairstylists were asking her about the business cards. Then all of a sudden, even though I was working a full-time engineer, I started having this little side hustle business as a business card. I was doing business cards, flyers, brochures, or whatever. So my business started kind of blowing up. So the digital technologist was that I have been doing that and added in some web design. And in about 2022, I think it was, I was burnt out. Basically, I was burnt out because, I left my full-time job, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but I have been working with solopreneurs since the 90s. And, like I said, quite frankly, I got burnt out. And so I hired a coach, and she helped me to start to pull back out some of my passion, what I really love. And so we came up with together, actually, the digital technologist. Okay. And so now it encompasses everything I love to do. But really what I do now is I ask clients, what are they struggling with their marketing and technology? And then I kind of mix and match the different things that I've learned over the years and help to solve their problem.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. So you talked briefly about your corporate burnout.
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about that process. Like what caused the burnout? Was it like a buildup? Was it one big thing that just kept happening over and over? But kind of walk us through how that happened.
Okay. Well, actually, let me clarify. I did not have corporate burnout. I had entrepreneur burnout. So,
Ah,
yeah, let me tell you the difference because
yes.
it's a
Okay.
crazy story. So, again, back in the early 90s, I was at the peak of my corporate career.
Okay.
And that's when my hairstylist wanted me to help her with her business card. So I was at the peak of my corporate career to the point that the company back in the 90s, there wasn't a lot of Black women executives, especially in technology.
Right, right.
So they had taken like 12 of us and sent us on a retreat. They had an external company or whatever because they wanted to teach us how to be executives with, Fortune 500 companies. And this
Okay.
wasn't something that I wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
I got selected,
Uh-huh.
to do that with some other women. So they sent us on this 3-day retreat. And basically, and quite frankly, they were teaching us how to act like white men.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm not kidding you. And so, it was women, there were white women, Asian, Black, whatever, or all together. And so, a few of us, the girls would get together and we started talking. It was like, what are you getting out of this training? And all of us kind of were saying the same thing. And we're saying, well, if we got to change how we act and how we perform or whatever to be in these executive positions, then, I'm not interested. So this was at the time that I was already doing my little side hustle, business cards, brochures. So praise
Right.
God.
Uh-huh.
So when I came back from the retreat, like I said, there was about 25 of us.
Uh-huh.
About the 25 of us that came back from the retreat, about 7 of us had the epiphany to leave
Ah.
the company. So we were like, let's leave at our height. And thankfully, I had something to do, something to fall back on.
Right.
So that's what happened to me in the corporate world. That as an engineer, I still, even though I started developing some of my personal side of me, I did not want to be a manager. I did not want to be a manager. I didn't want to be a supervisor. I didn't want them to push me into it. I didn't want that to end up being my downfall.
Right,
So let
right.
me get out of here while I can. So that was corporate. The burnout was after I had been a entrepreneur.
Okay.
And working with other solopreneurs for by this time it's like 20 years.
Okay.
Because, I left my job in 2000. Right at 2000. And so, like I said, it's about 2022 or so is where I got burnt out with my business.
Okay. Wow. So tell us about the business burned out. What caused that?
Let me go back and tell you a little bit more. Because all of this, and I'm very transparent with my life. Because actually, I think I told you about that I wrote a book about it.
Yeah.
I call it a book, but it's like a pamphlet. It's not. This was
it looks like a book to me.
It is a book to me.
It is.
Because it was
it is.
a challenge that my coach had given me to write a book because it could help a lot of people. So when I left corporate America, I was in my 30s, married, and had at that time 5 children.
Okay.
Because it was a mine, his, and ours. He had 3 children before marriage. I had 1, and then we had 1 together. So we had the mine, his, and ours.
Okay.
But still, in my 30s, the young children. And so I did not know anything about business. And I thought, people say it doesn't take a rock. You ever hear the term doesn't take a rocket scientist?
Yes.
Well, I will tell you, as an engineer, that is such a falsehood, that if you don't know what you're doing, I don't care what you get into. I don't care how smart you are.
Right.
you're smart in whatever you're smart in. So I knew nothing about business. But I had a lot of money because I was in my 30s, leaving my engineering job. I had 401k, stock options back then, really good savings and all of that. So, so I just kept doing things. I was, and I was like 100% into my business and just on the grind. And my husband was doing the cooking, the cleaning, all of that stuff because I wasn't making the money that I was making, from corporate. So I kept putting it all into the business. And I started realizing things weren't turning like I thought they should, but I wasn't saying anything to my husband. And I was the one handling the finances. And basically what ended up happening, I knew that, the mortgage wasn't getting paid. Bills weren't getting paid because I kept believing, I'll make this happen and to be able to pay this, I'll make this happen to pay that. So it ended up, house got foreclosed, car repossessed, and I lost my marriage.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And that was because I didn't know what I was doing. When I went into business, when I decided to leave my corporate job and I'm going to do my little side hustle full time, didn't get any expertise, didn't get any help, didn't even realize all of the resources that there are for small businesses. I didn't realize, because I was kind of cocky then. I'm not lying, and I thought I could do it all. I'll say 8 years.
Okay.
You know what happened? I was doing good until 2008. Recession. And I did not have a backup plan. I did not have really any plan because I was just flying by the seat of my pants and on the money. But so when 2008 hit, that hit hard. And I was in Atlanta at the time, and my family is here in Buffalo, New York. At that time, my son was 21, and my 21-year-old son had to drive me and my 14-year-old daughter because I was in a state of funk, depression, whatever. He had to drive. He did the total driving from Atlanta back here home to where my parents are. And I had to end up living. And here I was, the prodigy child, I ain't never coming back here to Buffalo, New York, never say never. So I came back busted, disgusted, broke. Thankfully, my parents owned property, and I had to live in one of their apartments and until I got myself back together. Because I was still technically inclined, I was able to get a job with a marketing agency.
Okay.
And so I just wanted to share that, and that's what this book is about.
Gotcha.
My leaps of faith to a purposeful life, because being an entrepreneur is not easy.
Thank you. It's not.
It is not easy, and if you don't get professional help for all of the, I was mingling my personal and business by I didn't know nothing about keeping them separate, and so now I take all that seriously. I work with a bookkeeper. That's why when you heard me say about a coach, I get coaching.
Love it.
Not playing with none of that.
Love it. I love that. I love everything you just said. A coach, I'd advise every entrepreneur. They need to have a coach as soon as they can put that in their budget, make it a line item because they need it. Bookkeeper, your accounting, your books is very important. That's why I started a basic course for entrepreneurs, because I know that's one area that most entrepreneurs don't like to think about, don't like to handle, like you said, don't like to separate the funds, don't understand the importance of that. So definitely. And
especially when you're coming from a corporate job, and if you had a really good job, like I did, and you had money, and and you're thinking like, oh hey, but no,
different world.
Different world. You got to have that cash flow.
So you moved to New York, you were working for the marketing company.
Hmm.
So take us through from there to when you became an entrepreneur again.
Again.
Yes.
The second time. Yes.
Yes, because you had a rough experience. But
Mhm.
what I love about your story is that it basically opened your eyes to some things. Like you realize what you need to do differently as opposed to, oh, that just doesn't work for me. Right?
Well, no, I'll tell you, I went through a depression, and because my business was based on helping other entrepreneurs, because
Right.
it was marketing, helping them with their marketing, right?
Right.
I went through this phase. I ain't never helping nobody again. They made
Let me ask
helping
you
them.
something. Right. Let me ask you something. Do you
Uh-huh.
feel like you were pricing your services at the right price, or do you feel like you were lowballing yourself?
Oh, I was definitely lowballing myself.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
definitely lowballing I still am. I'm still getting counseling. I want to call it counseling instead of coaching, but I'm still getting coaching counseling on that. I still have even more so now because I was lowballing myself before because I didn't know no better, right?
Right. Right.
I'm lowballing myself now because I know better,
Okay.
meaning that because of what happened to me or what I let, and this is the thing I had to realize, because of what I let happen to me,
Uh-huh.
meaning that I did not understand business to really realize the when I was doing like printing, I wasn't really paying attention to how much was my consumables costing, how much was
Ah,
my how much was my ink and the paper and the
right.
electricity for my printer,
Right.
all of that stuff. I wasn't really taking that into account, so my margins weren't big enough. All of this stuff I'm learning now, right? And then I also was paying for all of these marketing programs, all of these things that say, oh, we can get you leads, we can get you business, we'll do your
Um,
mail outs, we'll do your this, we'll do, yeah, do it here. How much you need? I was
yeah.
doing a lot of that. So now it's hard for me to price high because I have this feeling that I never want anyone to lose everything
Mm.
trying to go after their dreams. So now I'm very sensitive where I don't want to charge what everybody else is charging because I really want to help
Mm.
entrepreneurs. But how did I get here? How did
Right.
I get from there to here?
Yes.
That when I was depressed and got the job at a marketing agency, and I started really paying attention to how much the marketing agencies were charging small businesses. So
Yes.
they were charging all this money to small businesses, and I worked in every department. I worked in, because that's the thing about me. I like
To learn new things. Uh-huh.
yeah. So I worked in sales, email, email marketing, social media marketing, the web design department. So I really learned the whole marketing thing, right?
Ah, wow.
But what I realized is that these companies, these small businesses, were paying thousands
Yes.
of dollars a month, thousands of dollars a month. And I saw how these college kids, because at this point I'm no college kid. I've got my kids are grown now, and I'm on my second marriage. So God did bless me with my husband. So I'm on my second marriage. I'm like, I'm gonna do it right now. But anyway, I'm seeing these college kids that are supposed to be doing the social media for these small companies,
Right.
and they're taking it as a joke. I mean, they're doing like a Monday Kitty, Happy Monday morning, a kitty
Uh-huh.
drinking coffee or something. What's that got to do with this business?
Right.
They were like duplicating silly stuff. You
Ah,
understand what I'm saying?
yes.
For people that are paying thousands of dollars for their marketing. So anyway, it was that. And then have you heard of SCORE?
Say it again. Score.
SCORE.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So God had me, and I know it was like God ordained that I was in this place of really not happy with this marketing company because I'm realizing, wow, these people are paying all this money and they're really not getting the service they deserve.
Right.
And I was listening on the radio, and in my area they were talking about SCORE, and
Yes.
SCORE was having a big event, entrepreneurs come, whichever. And so I started feeling this draw again to, just to be an entrepreneur again. So I went to this event and I just loved it. I loved the atmosphere. I loved the entrepreneurism. And why I walked over to the SCORE table and they found out about my background and whatever. All of a sudden, fast forward, now I'm a SCORE mentor, doing SCORE workshops.
Oh, wow.
And they made me the chapter chair. So I'm just like totally immersed in entrepreneurism again, loving it, everything. And then
and was this on a volunteer basis?
Oh, SCORE.
So it was totally volunteer.
Totally volunteering.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure our audience understood that.
Yes.
So
yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, totally volunteering my skills, my services. And then it had just got to a point, I will just say that God called me out again. He says, okay, you're ready. You lick your wounds.
Right.
There's people out there that need the experience that I've gone through and needs my passion and needs my help. And so that's why now my story, I do a very truncated version of it, but I do a lot of training. And I always start off with my story that I'll say, you will sense my passion, that I'm really trying to help you understand these marketing concepts. And I'll tell them it's because of my journey of what I've been through. And so I just always want people to know there's help, out there. Yeah. If you can't afford to pay someone to do something for you, and I will warn you, even if you can pay someone, you still better understand it. You better understand what it is that they're doing so that you won't be just, because there's people out there that will prey upon, take advantage of you.
They know what you don't know.
Yes. Yes.
Got it. Okay. So you went from the marketing job to you're volunteering for SCORE at the same time.
Yes.
And then from there you started your the company you're running now?
I continued it. It's all actually been a continuum. I have clients that have been with me since 2003.
Oh, wow.
So even when I went through the depression and I said I wanted nothing else to do with businesses, they hung in there with me. I've got a client now that, he knows me more than my husband. And he lets me know that too. And he's like, Arba, I've been with you. I know what you've been through. He knew me from my first husband. Same thing. It's because he's going through some tough times with his business too, but he knows he can trust me. And I have quite a few. I did my portfolio. I intentionally put dates next to my clients so that I can even, I show people, I said, this is how long people have been with me. These are my clients that they, because they know I'm like a real, what's the word you want to say? It's like, I'm not just a provider, for them. I'm in the trenches.
Partnership. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in a partnership with them. Yeah. Cause we can hear your passion as you share your story and you share, walk us through what happened. We definitely can feel the passion you have about what you do and your passion for solopreneurs.
Yes.
Who are out there and making sure that they get great servicing. But you said your coach is still working with you on your pricing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Not just my coach, everybody. Everybody that I encounter.
So now would you say that, so looking at your business today, would you say that you're earning what you want to earn?
No.
Okay. Right.
But I am content.
Okay.
And what I'm doing is I am collaborating. Okay. And so that's what is helping me. Like for instance, this is funny too. God has such a covering on me. There's some people that will say, "Oh, God, this, God, that." I'm, I only know my story. That because I have such a hard time, where people will say, Arba, you're so much, your value is, more than that, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And I think we talked about it a little bit when I was on your, and I just, so my first coach, after we, it was 1 year coaching with her.
Okay.
And then I proposed a program that we could do together.
Uh-huh.
And so we collaborated, did a program together.
Right.
The cost of the program was more than I would have done on my own, but I felt that collaborating with her. But then after doing it with her, we both said that was way under
okay.
value, together.
Right.
And so we both said we won't do that again.
Right.
At least not for that price. And then I did get a second coach because, no slight to her, but I got to another point. What was the reason I got this coach? That I got to another point, because I can tell now when I feel I'm off task or something, or off whatever. And I had met him when he was a speaker on my platform, when I had, that's what it was. So he was a speaker. I had a group that I was doing free training every week for 3 years. I had done this 3 years, and he was a speaker, and his topic was understanding your God-given strength zone. So it piqued my interest, and so that's what it was. So I said I'd like to get some coaching from you, and he have you heard of Clifton Strengths?
No, I haven't.
So Clifton, well, have you heard of DISC?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. So how about Myers-Briggs?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So as long as you're familiar with Myers-Briggs, so there's all these personality quadrants, and there's so many of them. So the other ones I mentioned. So basically, and I know, and I took a Dale Carnegie, because one of the things I did know, coming from a technical engineering background, I knew I needed to work on my people skills. So that's why I took Dale Carnegie, and then I learned this other stuff. So anyway, I wanted to, again, develop my people skills. And so I got coaching from him, and he uses DISC, which is, again, it's the same thing, 4 quadrants, what's your personality style, but that one's biblically based. There's some use biblically based, some others. And then Clifton Strengths then chops those 4 quadrants down into a whole bunch of more quadrants.
Okay.
But he's very much Bible based. But anyway, I did coaching with him because I told him, I said, I need to understand, why do I keep getting frustrated? And so he helped me to understand that I have a servant heart. That and that is what guides me the most. I have a servant heart, and my driving factor, and I'm an overachiever. So I'm an achiever, I'm a maximizer. And so what frustrates me is that when I'm doing training, I'm expecting people to be at the level that I'm at.
Yes.
And so I get frustrated when they're not, and I feel like I'm not serving. And so it only took a few sessions for him to have a breakthrough with me. And for him to just say, I need to position myself in front of the right people.
Yes.
And some other things that I learned with that. And then what ended up happening after that?
What?
He wanted to collaborate with me. So now what I'm finding is my joy is collaborating with other coaches and consultants that they have programs that are of a certain value, and they pay me what more than I would
charge alone.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I hear a couple of things while you're talking. I hear that you definitely love to be of service. Um, but I also hear that you have so much, and it's one of the problems with one of the challenges with entrepreneurs when they have a challenge with pricing is that you have so much knowledge and experience to share that even when you talked about the collaboration with your first coach and you realized that it was much more valuable because you have so much value to give that anyone that will be in your presence in a learning environment, you have so much to pour into them. So if they came just to learn A, B, and C, what they're going to learn about A, B, and C is going to be a lot more than they will learn anywhere else, right? It's not going to be the bare minimum. It's going to be the deepness of it that they can take with them, and it's going to stick with them. It's really valuable and rich. So it's not comparing apples to apples if they were to look at a course from you and a course from someone else on the same topic, because what that person is going to give them is going to be pretty formulated, right? This is the basis what you're going to get for this price. What you're going to give is going to be some additional stuff that comes from your heart, like, based on your question. I see you need this, so let me go ahead and pour this in your cup too. So I can definitely feel that from you. So
thank you.
That's why I know it's you do it for the joy of making someone else's experience better.
Right. And what frustrates me though is that even though they're paying for training or whatever, they're not applying themselves.
Yes.
And then I feel like I have just, what's that? The stony ground, all the different soils.
You're right.
And then I just feel like I just,
you just threw your seeds on the cement. Yeah, I got you. But that's it's like a ratio of people that are going to follow through on anything, right?
I'm learning.
And it's even a larger ratio of who won't follow through when it's free, right?
Yeah.
So even though you're lowering your prices or you're doing it for free, people take more value of what they pay for. And still some people who pay for it won't follow through with it because in their mind, they understand, okay, I need this. I should do this. I'm going to pay, so I will do this. But unless someone is keeping them accountable, like you had your coach, unless they have a coach to make sure they follow through, it's still, they're being self-directed. So how strong is that self-discipline within them?
Right.
And for most people, it's just not strong enough.
I know.
So it has nothing to do with your delivery, your course, your content. It has everything to do with that person. So yes, it can be frustrating.
Yeah.
But
and I'm learning. That's what the second coach is helping me to understand that, I just have to keep being me and keep pouring, but try to up level my audience,
Yes.
And then from that, I'm not going to get 100%.
Never going to get 100%.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
But there'll be more likelihood for the people I'm really trying to target to be in that group.
Well, the really good thing and the really unique thing about what we're discussing today is that you really care about your clients' success. Once they've been with you, you really want them to be successful. You want them to use the tools you gave them. You're emotional about the process. Like, I pour all this stuff out to you. You should be making it, right?
But I've gotten better because when I first started, it was bad enough that my pricing was too low.
Right.
But a lot of that had to do with the fact of how I even lost my marriage, because I would put my clients before my husband. They needed help. They need help. And I'm still like that now, but no, not with my husband. I learned that. But I was saying I'm still with some of my really good clients, and they call me in the 11th hour. Arba, I need to get this landing page because I'm doing a presentation in the morning, whichever. So what I learned when I first started And a lot of entrepreneurs, when they first start, you're hungry, you want to prove
Yes.
yourself, you
Yeah.
want to, whichever. So I was doing a lot of that, but and I had to learn the difference between empathy and sympathy.
Ah.
And I was being more empathetic. I was immersing myself in their business.
Ah.
And I kept trying to figure out like, oh, well, we need to do this. We need to do this. And I'm all in their business. And my coach, the one coach, she had told me, she said, you can't care more about their business than they do.
Yes.
And that was my problem, is I was just like trying so much, and I was doing, and they knew it too. So they was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So I've gotten better in that I distance myself.
Okay.
And then I realize, so I go back to my analytical. When I get a new client, or even an existing client, and then I will ask, well, what is it that you need? What have you done? Where are you trying to go? So I'll really discern who this person is. And then lately, there's been some businesses that I've like, I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Okay.
I thought you already knew this.
Right.
And and then I'll be just more clear that no, this is not something that I do, Okay. And also, as far as my pricing, I have learned, because there's no way, I just look at, there's so many solopreneurs that if they just had a chance, if they had somebody to help, if they had somebody to learn from. So I have learned to just set expectations, set the correct expectations. Okay. So when they say, oh, I need a website, I never had a website, whichever. And I'll say, I could do a 1 page for you to get you online for this price.
Okay.
And then when they say, oh, what can you do? I said, not for that price.
Okay.
No.
Good for you. Good
I've
for
gotten
you.
much better. And
yes, you have.
Yeah. This is what you go get for that price.
Right. Good. So you're setting your pricing levels, and you're setting your boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey sis, if you're loving this conversation, take a quick second to pause and share this episode with another woman in business who needs to hear it. Be sure that you subscribe and you follow also. Here's the truth. Out of every 100 businesses we start as Black women, only 3, you heard it right, only 3 make it to see 5 years and beyond. And I need your help to join this movement to make an impact on that, so that we raise that 3% to match the 50-50 chance that other businesses have of succeeding and making it to 5 years. Will you help me out? Share, like, leave a comment. All those things help more Black women entrepreneurs find the podcast. And that's why I created it. Because when I heard that 97% of us never last to see 5 years, it struck me to my heart. And I wanted to give more support. But I can only do it with you beside me. So join the movement, share, comment, and follow. I appreciate you. Let's jump back into this fabulous episode. So, well, you did talk about that your parents earned property, because I was going to ask, were there any entrepreneurs around you when you were growing up?
Yeah, my parents definitely, they both work for General Motors. So the blessing that I've had is the fact that my parents are still living. They're still together. They've been married now for it'll be 65 years.
Oh, wow.
In October. They're still living in the house I was raised in.
Oh.
So having that kind of upbringing, and my mother was or is still the financial. She taught me money management, all of that. So they both worked for General Motors, and they did the 30 years, get the watch, and blah, blah, blah. So my dad was first, that he was able to retire at 50.
Oh, wow.
because he had put in 30 years and they both got pensions, now. So
Ah,
my dad has a ninth grade education and my mom has 12th grade.
uh-huh.
Neither of them went to college. I was the first in my family. I have four older brothers. And I'm the baby girl,
Okay.
and so I was the first one to go to college. So my parents, when they came together, because I always ask them their story, or whatever,
Mhm.
and they both had like children before marriage. They weren't married, but they had children before marriage or whatever. And they were still fairly young. And they said when they met, and this is how I am with my current husband,
Uh-huh.
my last husband.
Uh-huh.
They said when they came together, they had said they were tired of the foolishness and they were tired of, whatever, these other relationships, and they wanted to build something.
Ah.
That's what they said when they met. They wanted to build something together. And my dad said, my dad's a comedian, and not a real comedian, but he said, your mama was skinny. She was real skinny, but she had a good head on her shoulders. He said I could work with that. So that's what he said he saw in my mom, that that she had a good head on her shoulders, and mom said it just seemed like he was a hard worker. He was a hard worker. So they both decided that they wanted to get into real estate. And my dad's a handyman, fix up anything. So that's what they did, is they retired both at 50. My dad retired first.
Uh-huh.
And what my mom said was she did is, I forgot how she said some kind of way. She said, oh, could they live off of, that's what she did. She said from her paycheck, she just kept banking her paycheck and said, could they live off of whatever the income they were making when my dad quit or whatever. And so then when she realized they could do that, then that's when she quit.
Okay.
But yeah, so they got into property. That was what they did right when they left their full-time job.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. What would you say when you started your business, back when you started the first business, what was your greatest challenge? Was it the pricing that was your greatest challenge, or was there anything else that was a challenge for you? And getting it off the ground, never having been an entrepreneur before.
Well, my greatest challenge initially was the fact that I was working full time. I was still working full time. And again, a lot of this was the demise or whatever of my first marriage, is because I'm working full time, and then after that I'm trying, building my business full time. No time for the kids, or for my husband. So the challenge, I almost lost my train of thought. Oh, so the building, getting clients. And it still isn't, this is not my problem even of today. Getting clients was not my problem, because of the fact that I did good work. And when you do good work and you service your clients, they're going to refer you.
Okay.
And so what happened was it was building quicker than I thought, because I thought I was just helping my hairstylist. Then the other hairstylist was like, who did your cards? Who did your this? And she said, it's my client, but this is not her business. She's an engineer,
Right.
So then when I would come to get my hair done, she was like, girl, if you don't do their cards or something. Seriously, she was like, they mad at me because they think I'm holding back and whatever. And then I was like, and so then it started, I was like, okay. And so then I would do this ones, and they just referring me. And so it
grew too fast for you, basically.
Yeah.
It grew too fast for you.
Yeah. I had no idea it was.
Right.
Yeah. And so then when I left my full-time job, I was in California at that time. And when I left my full-time job and we moved to Atlanta, what I did is I just did the same formula, because I said, well, it worked by finding a hairstylist that, yep. And it worked perfectly.
Wow.
A hairstylist. And here's the funny thing too. I found I don't know what word I want to say, but a roaming hairstylist.
Okay, got it. One that comes to you
No,
while she
meaning
was going
one
to
that just
different
don't
salons.
stay in a salon. One that's
Okay, so then you had new people all the time
yep,
because she's going from place to place. And
yep,
oh, wonderful.
yep. And it was funny because like I said, it just would that's really, let me just tell a little bit about the book.
Yes.
Name of the book, Not Arbitrary. My Leaps of Faith to a Purposeful Life. Everyone has a purpose in life. We were not created to live randomly or by chance. So what I'm talking about is that it's the hindsight. When I look back at everything,
Yes.
I realize how it all played together.
Yeah,
so the fact that my first hairstylist in California, she just kept going from salon to salon because she you know why? She needed her own salon. And that's what ended up happening, was that she was not content and was rustling feathers with other stylists, hairstylists. And so then I, of course, helped her with her marketing and everything with her new salon.
Right.
So lo and behold, I didn't plan it that way, but this is how God was doing this. The hairstylist I found in Atlanta, it's not like I knew right away. It's not like I went to her and say, how many salons you done been in? Right. But it ended up that I told her, I said, this is what I do. She said, oh yeah, do some cards for me, blah, blah, blah. And, and I did, and then I'm leaving this salon. I was like, okay, here we go. And then she ended up getting her own salon too.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What a story. That is fascinating. And where can we find your book?
It's on Amazon. Okay. It's on Amazon. Yeah, definitely. I only have one book. So look it up by my name, Arba Cooper, because if you try to look it up by the title, it's going to spell correct.
Right.
And you're not going to find it.
So Arba, A-R-B-A, Cooper.
Yes, Arba Cooper.
Wonderful, wonderful. So Arba, we appreciate you being here with us today. We really enjoyed hearing about your journey. It had so many lessons in it and so many gems in it. I just love it, love it, love it. So as we close out, I love to, first of all, I want to ask you, is there anything that you wanted to talk about that perhaps we didn't cover? A question I didn't ask you, anything on your mind that you would like to share with the audience?
Well, that's why I keep moving over to the side so you can see. I do offer personal training, one-to-one training on whatever you're stuck with. So I'm not a coach, not a consultant, but I'm a doggone good trainer. Okay. so that if it's anything, it could be marketing or it could be technology. Okay. Then and I work at whatever level. I won't even say my hourly rate because that's low. But I love it, and like I said, I'm content. Don't really want for nothing. Could I charge more? Should I charge more? That's But that's what, and so that's Arba, Arba.training. But my actual website, arbacooper.com, you'll see that I do many, many things. Okay. Web design, trainer, speaker. I'm actually an actress.
Look at you. Multi-talented.
Yeah. Multi-blessed.
Wonderful. Yeah. Love it. So to close out, I want to ask you, we ask our guests 4 fun questions so our audience will get to know the person, Arba.
Like if you haven't found out already.
Yes. So Arba, if you could have a conversation with anyone from any time in history, who would you choose to have that conversation with and why?
Wow. Hadn't thought about that, but I'm going to tell you the first name that came to my mind was Harriet Tubman.
Oh, wow.
And if I have had that question asked, it's probably where's my head at that time. But because I'd like to know, it seemed like Harriet Tubman it doesn't seem like she had planned to do this journey or plan to do, whatever, which is kind of how I feel a lot of times. I'm not a strategic thinker, but I just really feel that she wanted to get that. I don't know the story of Harriet Tubman, but that's why I like it. Just and things just started falling into place.
Got it.
That's how I really feel that it just fell into place.
Like she was just led. It wasn't like she sat down and said, I think I'm going to do this. It was like she was in a room. They had a okay, I'll do it. Right. Yeah. Got it. Got it.
And then only once. That's what I'm saying. For her to, then go
keep
back.
Going back. Yeah.
Keep going back. Woo!
Remarkable. Yes. That would be a great conversation.
Yeah.
What is the best business advice you've ever received?
The best business advice I've ever received?
Yes.
It's always been from a coach. I have to say that I have found that, and be careful now, all coaches, do not treat all coaches the same. Do not treat all programs the same. Because I'm in a situation now I pay some money for this because I believe in coaches and whatever. So be careful of programs.
Okay.
But the best advice I've been given is where they will, say, I can only take you as far as you want to go.
Okay.
And if you're not willing to put in the work or be honest, that's the thing. You have to be honest with a coach, and you have to put in the work. Yeah. And you can't expect them to know where you're trying to go or even know where you've been to know what your blockage is. Right.
Okay, great information. What is your dream place to travel to or your favorite place to travel to?
Well, my dream place is going to the vision that my husband and I have. His name is Rick. We have been praying about it, and this is our 5-year plan to open Rick Arba. It's going to be called Rick Arba Events. And this is going to be in South Georgia, North Florida.
Okay.
And we want to buy a mansion. And I don't even care if it's a plantation. Okay. Because this is the feeling we have is we're going to change that, the history of a plantation. But we want this place, this event, it'll be an event and training center or training and event center where I will be able to, still continue to train, which I love to do, but also have it to be a retreat where, coaches can come and bring their, for their programs, businesses, family reunions. It's like we could just feel that. So it's your question of what place have I? We can dream it. We'll know it when we see it.
Yeah. So it's like a event. It's a event. What do I want to say? Event mansion, right? Different events can be there.
Right, but
people can hold their events.
We want to have like 10 bedrooms.
Okay.
And so people can come. So a retreat. So again, like, for a business retreat.
Like if I'm putting together a retreat, I can call you and utilize your mansion for it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Got it.
Right.
Got
or
it.
a family reunion.
Got it.
Weddings.
Yes.
All of that.
Yeah. Ah, that sounds wonderful.
That's our vision.
Sounds beautiful. And the last question, what do you want to be remembered for, Arba?
I want to be remembered for really caring about people's business, not just their money, not just trying to get them for their money, really partnering with people, really helping them. Oh my goodness, the blessing that I get. Like the person who, 11th hour, I need a landing page for my event tomorrow. And then she's, oh my God, Arba, you saved me. You helped me. It's I just love that when, or I do, I don't do business cards anymore, but when I do stuff like that, and they're like, oh, it's beautiful. This is just what I thought it was, So I want to be remembered for somebody that they'll say, she really did care about my business, really did care about, I don't care if there's all kind of marketing, branding things, and they say, oh, you don't mix these two colors, you don't mix that color. But if that's your vision, If you want to do green, yellow, purple, blah, 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 I'm going to give that to you. I'm going to give it to you. But then if you ask me, what do I think? I'll be like, it's a bit much. I'm going to, but I'm going to give you what you ask for first.
Got it. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. We wish you all the best of joy, health, and wealth.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. And I hope your audience, gets something from this.
I'm sure there will. We'll be sure to put your contact information in your website in the show notes so they know how to reach out to you.
Awesome. Thank you for all that you do.
You're welcome.
All right.
Today's episode is sponsored by EmpowerHER Bookkeeping and Accounting, where we believe money should feel like peace, not pressure. Most women entrepreneurs struggle with financial clarity, not because they're not brilliant or can't manage money, but because no one ever showed them how to build systems that serve their dreams. And that's what we do. At EmpowerHER Bookkeeping and Accounting, we utilize compassionate accounting, no judgment, just help. We bring solutions, clarity, and everything you need to build a business that builds legacy and wealth for you and your family. EmpowerHER Bookkeeping and Accounting. We're here to help you sleep peacefully every night. You've been listening to the EmpowerHER Business Podcast. Before you close the app, let's be clear. Struggling with your business doesn't mean you're not capable. It means you've been doing too much alone. If this hit home, share it with another Black woman founder. Subscribe and visit our website for tools to support your success today. Let's stop hiding from our journey. It's time to lead boldly. We're in this together, sis. See you next time. As always, I wish you the very best of joy, health, and wealth. Be well.